Welcome to the Mobile Economy Podcast. This week we're talking about ways to grow your business on social media. So, we've come up with a couple ways to use social media to help grow your small business or any size business that doesn't take a lot of money. And Patrick has come up with some great ideas to help you enhance what you're doing in your online marketing using the social media channel.
Yeah. So we're going to keep things pretty basic. Okay. One, because we know there's not a lot of time that people have. For example, how many meetings do you have today?
About 8.
Okay. And that's a light day for you.
That is a light day.
So with somebody who has running a business, time is really important. So we're going to keep it brief for you guys. Two, you need to hear a message a couple of times before it really begins to click. Okay. So again, we're keeping it basic. We're giving you three things that you can work on to grow your social media account. Okay.
Did you say we're keeping it basic and that you have to hear things 3 times before they click?
Yes.
And that we're talking about ways to grow your business with social media?
See what I did there?
I did.
Okay. And the third thing, by the time this comes out, the geniuses at the social media companies, they're going to change the algorithm. Okay. And that for me is when people say they don't understand social media and they don't like social media, I can understand that part because by the time you say, hey, hashtags are really important for you to use, and then now hashtags are meh. When I first started doing stuff on accounts, it was like, yo, use 20 to 30 hashtags.
Yeah. And it was the same thing with search engine optimization on websites. It used to all be about specific keywords and about certain meta tags. And it's now about the content. And I think what we're seeing is we're seeing some of the social media algorithms go the evolution like we saw Google algorithms. And you're absolutely right. The people at Instagram and YouTube right now are rewriting the algorithm as we record this. And weeks after this gets out there, the some of the things may be different, but the principles will stay the same.
Now, as you can see, this is a rabbit hole that we could easily go down. So rather than get upset about the algorithm, I'm just going to move on to step number one. Okay, first thing is to know your competition. Okay, so what I used to do is go on my Instagram early or maybe late night and kind of look at some of the food trucks and see what they were posting and what they were doing. Okay, a lot of times you can take what your competition is doing and remix it to something that you could use. You could also spend some time finding other accounts that you enjoy, right? If you like some of the stuff that they're doing online, chances are you can make that into something, create that into something that works for your business, no matter what it is.
But I would also say, don't chase the blue check marks.
Okay.
It's good to look at them and what they do, but they're on a whole different scale. So Kim Kardashian gets to do things that if you do the same exact thing, probably won't have the same result.
Fact, absolutely. That's really important as well. But you also want to remember, like, stay genuine. So yes, you could see what Kim Kardashian is doing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out there doing that. But
Right.
you could take a piece of it. Because one of the things that she's probably doing is she's posting consistently. She's making things that she knows that her viewers are going to like.
Yeah, and they do produce very good content.
Right. And the social media likes repetition, right? Especially like on something like TikTok. So, for example, there's like trending sounds on TikTok all the time. This morning, quickly, I went on and it was like a jazz sound. Okay, and basically, they have a jazz music playing, and what you're supposed to do is write a text on the picture about like what you are. Like the one lady talked about. If you see her in a restaurant, she's going to eavesdrop on you.
No.
So like
Yeah.
you can do things that kind of make it your own. Okay. Number two, connect with some of the influencers in your area.
Right.
These people have a strong following. They're always looking to make connections with folks. So work smarter, not harder. So like if you can connect with the influencer, they can help you promote your business. They have different options that they can take. A lot of the food influencers I know, if you uh, invite them over to try something new, like they're all here for that. Some of them you might have to like um, comp their meal or something like that, but to get exposure to, 5 to 10,000 people that you wouldn't have access to.
Now, how big of an account should you chase after?
I mean, really, for me, I think it depends. I mean, there's accounts that I know are as low as 2 or 3,000 people, but the content that they're having
Right.
is really good, and you're getting them necessarily where they're not at a level where you get priced out of. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be good if they have like 20,000 followers, but how much are you going to have to pay and do to get connected with that influencer?
And will they even respond?
Will they even respond?
Yep.
You know?
And, a suggestion I have when reaching out to an influencer or somebody like that is follow them, see what they do on like Instagram, and make sure you understand what they're about, their point of view.
Right.
And then when you instant message them and ask them for something, you better be telling them, hey, I will comp your meal, I will do this for you.
Right.
So come at it from I want to help you and give you something. Would you mind helping me?
Right. Because that even goes back to the competition. You can kind of pair the competition and influencers in that you can see what they're doing, right? And then you can also try to mimic that on your own scale. Okay. Thirdly, that's really important. It's something that I got more into when I started working with mobiles is know your numbers. It's important to know and be consistent with your plan. If your plan is to have this many posts this day, track your likes, see when your followers are online, and that kind of thing. Especially if you're a smaller business, you can't track all of it, but you can take one metric and say, okay, I'm going to make this a thing for me.
Right. And figure out what the algorithm's liking.
Right.
So, are you getting your numbers off of Reels, off of Instagram? Are you getting it off of YouTube Shorts?
Right.
That mix of what type of posting you do is going to make a big difference as well.
And to kind of pair off what Eric just said, here's a bonus tip. If a company comes out, beating Instagram, Facebook, with a new product, okay, a new a reel, or if they're pushing lives or YouTube Shorts, you need to get involved in that.
Yeah, the algorithm likes new.
Right.
Meaning you have to have a new take on what you're doing, but also use their new technology. Remember, at the end of the day, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, they all want to get more consumption of the content. So all of them are about how do I get people to watch longer.
Right.
And if they come out with something, it's probably going to help people watch longer. If you're putting content out there that helps people do the same goal that Instagram has, then you'll be rewarded by the algorithm.
So again, it's 3 basic things that you can do. There's not going to take a lot of time for that. If you do become an overnight success after watching this video, please shout us out and give us all of the credit or a Visa gift card. If you don't see a big jump, it's okay because, again, a lot of it takes trial.
Correct. And make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel below. Hit us up on Instagram. We love doing these videos for you and look for you next time.